I met my husband when I was 24 and we got married when I was 29. At the time, I thought that this was like the ideal situation. I'm at the perfect age to get married. But what I realized was in the 4 years that we were married, I grew so much as a person.
Wow. So I guess you can outgrow your person and just leave them in the dust. What up, guys? Welcome back to The Black Box. I'm your host, Smiley, and we're going to get into this wonderful video that someone provided where a lady basically grew a business, she went back to college, made some more money, and lost her honey, or got rid of him, should I say. So this is very interesting. It's definitely got mixed reviews. Some people are kind of like, good for you. Other people are like, what are you doing? That's not what marriage is about. That's not what a relationship is about. What does it say about you? It says a lot, but it is what it is. I'll let you decide, but I'm definitely going to give my opinion. Let's check it out.
Last year I turned 40, and these are things that I would not do again in my 20s and 30s. I would not get married.
Hold on. She wouldn't, hold on. She wouldn't get married in her 20s. She said, here's what I would not do in my 20s and 30s.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So the human race is dead because no one's having kids. Like, that just killed that. That just killed everybody. Okay, let's keep listening to you.
At the time, I thought that this was like the ideal situation. I'm at the perfect age to get married. But what I realized was in the 4 years that we were married, I grew so much as a person. I graduated from business school, started my own business. I just became such a different person that I didn't feel like he was the best fit for me anymore. And I don't think I could have realized that at 29 when I said yes. If I could do it again, I would have allowed myself to have so much more growth in my life before I made a decision on a life partner. And it's really nothing against that partner specifically, but it was more about the direction that I wanted my life to take. My interests by 35 were unrecognizable to my younger self. And I don't think it would have been fair for me to take him on this journey if I didn't think that he was the right partner for the version of me that was to come.
Okay. That's her opinion. That's her story. So you can probably tell from my facial expressions, I don't know how much I hide. But as you can tell from her story, she's basically, if she would have said 19, I think I would have a little bit more sympathy. 29 is what she said. I got married at 29. I don't know about that one. This is a tough one. I feel like in this situation, you know a little bit more about yourself at 29. Do you know everything? No, but you're never going to know everything even at 40 when she put this video out, or at 50. You're still learning yourself. A relationship is something that you grow at and grow into and grow with the person. And so when she said in 4 years of this marriage, I just had this exponential growth and, really poured into myself, went back to college and all this stuff. And I'm like, and outgrew your husband. And I'm like, so you guys weren't communicating. That's basically what you're telling me. Like, you weren't communicating with this man at all, or something's going on. I need to hear the whole story because it just sounds selfish, right? Am I wrong? I don't think so. It sounds selfish. It's like, especially if you swap the shoes and put in and make that person a man talking. Yeah, I got married at 29 and I just felt like, after 4 years of marriage, I started making more money, started focusing on myself, and I just felt like I didn't want to take her along that ride with me. It's like he would be ridiculed, shamed, that video, shame from Game of Thrones. It would be bad. It would be a slaughter. That's why guys don't put videos like this out. By the way, if you ever wonder why these videos are usually females, I am not picking on these women. This is literally the culture we live in. They can say whatever they want and they think it's fine because a lot of times it is, in not meaning that it technically is, it just means that there's going to be people who go, good for you, queen, go girl, right, you deserve better. Happiness is the most important thing. Do whatever makes you happy, blah, 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 blah. Even if it ruins someone in the process. And I really hope that they did not have kids. That's the other thing I was thinking about the whole time she's talking. I'm like, tell me that you guys don't have kids. Because you just ruined them. Like, they can be healed. They need to go to therapy, need to say some prayers. But man, come on. Like, guys, if you're getting married and you don't have the intent to grow with that person, and you should be having that conversation with, hey, I want to grow with you. But she literally is like, I started, making more money. I started focusing on myself, started growing my business. And this can happen. I mean, what she's saying is not wrong in the sense that it can't happen. This does happen where people start focusing on their careers, start focusing on their businesses. And before you know it, you don't recognize the person you're sitting beside. But that's the whole point of watering where you're at, doing the work, making sure that, hey, if you're getting fit, hey, babe, I'm going to the gym, right? I'm going to get on this diet, right? I'm going back to school. This is how much money we want to make. Like, we are going to make this money. We're going to have this business. We're going to be this fit. We're going to be like, involve your partner, because if not, sometimes you start looking around and you go, why am I with you? You don't even match. You don't match my energy. And it's like, yeah, of course they don't. You didn't bring them into your energy. Or maybe sometimes it is true that they didn't want to go with you there, but that's still part of the process. Sometimes it may take them a little bit longer. That happens. That's okay. But I've seen a lot of the comments and people are like, man, okay, celebrating, celebratory. But a lot of people, I think when she put this out, I don't think she expected the response that she was going to get. I really don't, because I don't think she would have been like, so, well, guys, and this happened, and here's what I think. Your 20s and 30s is I would say, by biology, the best time to be getting married, because you got kids involved. Your needs are not going to be the same if you want to play with your kids. You don't want to be 60 playing with your kids. Like, well, shoot, you may not make it to 60, but also it's just like, if your 40s, I get it. She's, in this place, she's like, I'm going to live the life I should have lived in my 30s. But it's like, guys, don't do this. I hope this lady's not at the club. It is fine. Not saying that you can't be at the club at 40, but that's just a really weird date. Like, so how have you been? Well, I got divorced at 34 or 33, 34. And I don't know, I just outgrew my husband, and I'm still unmarried, and I'm still figuring it out. And I'm like, yeah, you probably should have stayed with that guy and figured it out with him, because he loved you when you had nothing. He supported you when you had nothing. When you weren't this boss chick. He still thought you were worthy to be his wife, to lay his life down for you, to set aside all other women and say, hey, I'm going to be with you, and we're going to do this together. Again, we don't have his story, so I just have to go by what I think a relationship would be. But it's like, he chose you, and this happens so many times, and it's unfortunate because this really paints a terrible picture for young men who go, well, if this is how women are going to treat us, then why would I settle down for them? Why would I just, especially with the way the economy works, especially with the way divorce court works. And that's the other question I have. Did he get half? Like, did he get any money from this? If she started making all this money and she's divorcing him, again, we don't know all the details, but did he get half? What happened? Man, there's so much to this, but all we have is what she's saying. But it's like, guys, be safe, be careful. And I'm saying, when I say guys, I do mean females as well. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, please be safe. Take care of yourself. Go see a lawyer if you're going to get married, especially if you have assets. Maybe we'll touch on this at a different time. If you have assets, go talk to a lawyer. I know it's not romantic, it's not sexy, but you know what's not sexy? Divorce. Divorce is really not sexy. And you know what's really not sexy on top of that? A dirty, messy, groveling divorce. So protect yourself as much as you can. It doesn't mean that you want to get divorced, but it's just like, hey, just in case, because here's the thing, you can only control what you're going to do. You can't control what the other person's going to do, obviously, from this video. This guy's like, oh, she's so sweet, and she's probably this, and she's probably this, and she says she's this, and then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I make more money than you. I don't need you anymore. I have different desires, and you don't fit my picture, and I don't want to take you through everything that I'm going to be going through. And it's like, why can't we have a conversation and say we're going to commit to each other as man and woman, and we're going to go through this thing called life together? What happened to the vows till death do us part, for better, for poor. I mean, what is it? Richer or poorer, sickness and health. Jeez. I don't think people say those anymore though. I think I've heard that people stop saying those in their vows. We need to bring it back. We need to bring back the proper vows because, I mean, listen, you guys are trading out husband and wife like underwear out here. Like, this is not cool, especially when you have kids involved. That's where it's like, that's dirty. Like, come on, guys. We can do better. You can have fun. And honestly, I'll say this too. It doesn't mean you have to be in a torturous, not fun, and I'll even say some people, or sexless marriage. I don't know their situation. I don't know your situation. I don't know other people's situation. But my point has always been, okay, if we're going to be married, if we're going to be dating, we're going to have fun. We're going to make it fun. If you're going to be here with me, we're going to make it fun. And if I'm going to be here with you, you're going to make it fun. That is your job. How can we have fun together? How can we keep it sexy? Keep it exciting. Is it always going to be exciting? No, we can't always chase for that rave feeling. No, it's not always that. Sometimes it's just rigorous process to get a goal done. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes boring is beautiful. I love just sitting on the couch sometimes, just chilling and just, listen to a podcast or watching a TV show or watching a movie and just going to the gym, clocking in, going to the gym, getting those runs in, getting the diet going. Just that normal routine is a beautiful thing because guess what? There's another side and it is wild what some people deal with. There's some exciting parts that people deal with, but there's a lot of times where people who you may think are so happy, like, oh my gosh, she's living her best life and she's at the yoga studio and she's going to the club. And yeah, but when she goes home, she's home. There's nobody there. Sometimes some of these people I see, they're always with a bunch of friends and they're always doing all this stuff, but they're doing all of it because they don't have anyone. So they have to go out to have someone. It's like, it's kind of common sense and it's fine, but it's like, you don't have to be alone, lady. Hopefully she's not. Maybe she got remarried, but it's like, you're not the voice we need to be listening to. Sorry. That's not what marriage is, guys. And I'm sorry that have to be the bearer to tell you that, but that's really not what marriage is. And if you think it is, I'll challenge you with this. Why should any man worth his salt, especially coming in with assets or has a, great career ahead of him, why should any of them lay any of that down at the feet of any woman? Why? If he can just go, you know what? I outgrew you. I make more money. Let me just go out here. Let me just go out here and find somebody else. Let me just find someone younger. Because that's basically what she's saying. She's just like, oh, I outgrew it, 4 years. I want to try something new. You switch that to a guy and everyone's flailing out and hates this person. I don't hate this lady. I just think that that's a bad message. And I'm sorry that that's what she thought the answer was. She should have sought counseling. That's what I think. I think they should have went to counseling and healed, figured it out, and grow together. Makes for a better story too. That's all we have time for today, guys, at the Black Box. I hope that encourages you in your relationship and your dating and gives you some insight, but that's just my opinion. You tell me what you think in the comments. What love should be, what marriage should be, what she should have done. Who cares? She already did it, but just what message we should be preaching or teaching, or inspiring to be to other young people who want to make this decision one day. And should you wait till you're 40 or 45 to get married? Come on. Anyway, love you guys. Take care. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you next time on the Black Box. God bless. Later.